A short video about the genetic disc and how I see it. My name's John Longstreeth and I completed this on the 15th of the 12th 2020. First of all, we're going to start with the quite obvious. It's worth having a look at the pictures on the internet of the genetic disc. And first of all, here we see a male and a female, the spermicide by his side, and of course the erected penis. Then we go over to birth defects. Birth defects of the abdomen. You can see here where the abdomen has lumps in it, up against the size of the head of the fetus. And here being the shape of a heart, it's heart defects. This tool here, like a hook-like tool, used for inducing births. Here's one of the first problems of birth. Limbs missing. So all the others have limbs on. Each part of these are showing you the problems of a fetus. They're not whole fetuses. Here it's showing you part with cleft palate, exaggerated in the person that done the work to show here limbs missing or large, and on this one, which isn't on the other ones, you can see the limbs are made larger, parts missing and parts oversized. This one, an ectopic pregnancy, shows the egg on one of the fallopian tubes, and this being the womb, the uterus. On this one, spina bifida, it's where the spinal cord doesn't close properly and the spinal cord comes out in a lump at the bottom of the spine. Showing the bottom of the spine because there's an eye here and this is a spinal cord. This is here. You have to look at these really closely to see the differences. These have been interpreted by a lot of different things, but when you look at them under a microscope or under a magnifying glass, you can see that they're not just typical things. They are different. On this one, for instance, this looks like a fetus with two eyes, but if you actually look at it really closely, you can see that there's a difference between the two eyes. This one being, again, spina bifida at the top of the spine. This comes out the back of the head. It's worth googling these names because these names will take you straight to pictures, and put in pictures and you'll see that these come up straight away. Again, one, problems with the eyes, and you can see here the eye is just a hole, it's missing. And this one, that affects the brain and the skull from forming, and if you look closely you can see there's a small part missing on the top. It hasn't closed properly, and this I've painted to show you in a bigger way. And this one, Down syndrome, Again, you can see the distance between the eyes here, which isn't again on the others, just this one here. The eyes being to the side, where these eyes are at the side but they're facing forward. These ones, they are facing sidewards on. It's defects that pulls the head backwards. See here, if you just look at this little bit here, you can see the towel. So you're looking down on this one. It's looking up. You can see the flatness of the top of the head. And just a little tail there in the distance. So we can see the point on the top of the head. It's pointed. If I hold it here, you can see it's pointed from side to side. It goes from back to front. This one here, in stillborn or miscarriage. So usually at 12 weeks, so you've got the 12. So maybe this is telling you that 12 weeks is the most common time for a stillborn or a miscarriage. Here, can I get that in there? Yep. Pretty obvious, I'm not going to go through it all. The problems with couples and when they're older and they're having children, this could mean that these are an older couple and these are the problems that they're having, not like the young couple here. Over 35 years old, I think, is when most problems start with people having children. And again, I don't think I'll go through these. It's there. I think we all know what one is. Now here, it's the ovulation phase. Showing here, very early number system from Mesoamerica, showing the 5 as a 1 line, 6 as 1 line, 5 with 1.6, and so on. And it takes 9 days for an egg to travel through fallopian tubes. On day 4, goes into nucleus, shown here, going in. Day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, again down here. An unfertilised egg reduces in size for 9 hours and suddenly expands to beyond the fertilised egg. 9 hours to beyond the fertilised egg, very slightly beyond the size of, showing you in that. Menstrual phase part 1. It's where the blood builds up. Uterus, getting ready to dispose of an egg, and you can see an egg here is round with the blood building up around it. Phase 2, where the egg then breaks apart and starts to be washed out by a female. You can see the building up of the blood, and then the blood's starting to tip downwards, breaking up the egg to wash out. Now I can only work out that if babies are stillborn, miscarriage, abortion, something physically, mentally wrong, that the umbilical cord is then cut. The fetus then has the heart, which holds the soul, and being fed to a snake. A female snake has its longer and bigger in this picture. And here it is here. 1, 2, 3. Now this being a female snake is then mated with a male snake. The male snake being here with an erected penis, goes straight on from the female snake. An erected penis on a snake, I was quite fascinated to find out that it actually looks like this. There's lots of different sizes and lots of different shapes, but basically it looks like they have two penises. So this being a male snake, being smaller than the female snake, which seems to fit right as well. And then from the female snake being pregnant, then holds the two souls. Reproduction system of a snake. Looks a bit strange, but it's basically how they're drawn out. And the soul's being put in. Soul from the child and soul from a snake being put in. And here, looking like a human fetus, maybe representing a human, half snake, and snake having a round head, umbilical cord, human having human-y shaped head, umbilical cord, the human one having flatter at the bottom where the feet are, and the snake having a towel shaped here. Then takes us on to even being more bizarre. Pregnant snake giving birth from 28 days. From 28 days of a woman having a miscarriage or abortion or something, seems to fit in with the exactly same time she would then become fertile. The snake at 28 days, from 28 days, giving birth. The snake then putting the souls back into a woman. Now there must be a story somewhere about snakes and women who are having their menstrual period many years ago, of snakes following. Snakes are very attracted by the scent of warm blood, not so much cold blood, but by the scent of warm blood. Now this could represent from the woman having a menstrual phase and snakes being attracted to, where the legend possibly comes from the snakes giving life and taking life. So giving souls to the women, therefore also taking souls. So after the snake being pregnant and giving birth, the woman having a menstrual period, then the souls being put then into the woman, of the implantation into the woman through the pregnancy onto giving birth. Giving birth, you see, like it's a lot of stone carvings from all over the world. A woman that's giving birth usually has her feet sticking upwards. So obviously an observation from many years ago of a woman bending her feet backwards, arms down, giving birth. And then she's given birth. The sac is then emptied. This would be the afterbirth here. Now this part, the feathered serpent, flying fish, half snake, half fish, the god. Again, birth from here being a sign of birth. These two have their hands on their hearts, are souls held in the heart. Are they blessed by the god? This woman also has a hand on her belly. So is this woman pregnant with the two souls? One being human soul, half snake, half human, half snake, something like that. But the heart and souls, what we say heart and soul, it's sort of a thing that we use today. So then back round to this side, the happy family, possibly twins from two different families, both blessed by the god, perfect shaped, perfect figures, nice and healthy, having a lovely little plump baby, eyes to the front, possibly sucking its thumb. Again, pointed toes, pointed arms, pointed feet. So is this the final blessings from the gods, where twins from two different families got together and they've had the perfect child? Well, thank you very much, and this is my interpretation. There are lots and lots of mythical stories all over the world about how snakes give and take lives, but I've never seen something that tells the actual story of how you give the lives, the souls, directly to the snakes. And if you're blessed, you'll give birth to twins. My name is John Longstreeth. Thank you very much.